Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. My name is Karaba. If you do not know, now you know. I make content on anything Christianity, meaning I make content on my experiences with Christ and the things I had to learn and the things that I'm still learning, which I share with you guys so that you can also be able to learn and grow on your work and faith with Christ. Today's video is going to be on the topic of maladaptive daydreaming. If you do not know what maladaptive daydreaming is a mental health condition where a person or you basically engaged in highly detailed, immersive, excessive fantasies where everything you do it in your head, you live this beautiful dream life, you get everything that you want, you're the main character. It's kind of like you're watching a movie, but it's in your head, and you are the one who's writing the script. Or sometimes the script writes itself, and you're just like, why is this happening to me? But that is what maladaptive daydreaming is. I am talking about maladaptive daydreaming because I've had maladaptive daydreaming for like years. I think 6 years I was struggling with it. And it was only last year, which is 2025, where I actively saw that this is actually a problem. But before that, I did not care. It was my little world, and I was happy. And you could not tell me that I should not enjoy my little world. But now, meaning last year, I realized the fact that this little world is not so innocent as I thought it was, and so I have to start actively working towards stopping this thing. And I did succeed to some point, and then I went back. I was like, you know what? Life is so boring without my imagination. Like, what do you what do you mean I have to live my life? Ugh, just like this and just be regular. Like I cannot do this. And so I would simply go back to daydreaming, which was very sad and stupid. But it was only this year where I found a permanent solution to this. So meaning I am going to be sharing with you guys how to stop this, or how to stop daydreaming, but on my own experiences and the things that have worked for me. Medically and psychologically, scientifically as well, maladaptive daydreaming does not have a cure as of yet. It is also associated with ADHD, OCD, and depression, anxiety. Those are the mental health conditions that it's associated with. So you can get treatment based on the treatment of those other disorders. But I refuse to think that I have ADHD, OCD, depression, anxiety, and so I found things that have worked for me, which I hope they will work for you too. And let's get straight into this video. But before we get straight into this video, please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button to see more of me, and please hit that bell button too to get notified every time I post a new video. So please, let's get straight into today's video. The thing you have to know about maladaptive daydreaming is the fact that it is mostly common between teenagers and young adults. It is a coping mechanism for whatever you're facing, meaning anxiety, loneliness, depression. Is a coping mechanism also for trauma, for things you have experienced, things you are currently experiencing. That is what maladaptive daydreaming is. It's a when your mind basically realizes that we have a problem. I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm this, I'm this, and so I hate my life, I hate reality, so I have to create um a new world where things go the way that I want them to go, where I'm the winner in that world. Everything happens according to me, everything is centered around me, and that is what kind of gets us so immersed and so addicted, because you finally have everything that you want in your mind, and it's amazing, it's great. Maladaptive daydreaming is fun, I will not lie to you. It's amazing, it's fun. Okay, it's amazing. Do you know how much I hated not being able to daydream right now? But it's so fun, it's amazing. It's like you get to escape into this alternate world where everything just goes accordingly to what you want and according to your dreams and your goals, and every single thing, and it's very, very, very fun. But we start having a problem when this fun starts turning into an addiction, and it starts getting in the way of your actual life, your actual goals, your dreams, and the person you want to become. That is when this fun fantasy, this little fantasy, this I'm just doing it for the moment, starts getting the thing you have to know about maladaptive daydream is the fact that it's not just brief thoughts, but it's immersive narratives. Meaning, it is stories where, or fantasies where it's complex stories where we have storylines, plots, characters, all these things that feel like it's a movie, but it's not. Everything, it's all happening in your head, and it's fun, it's great, it's creative, and that makes it fun. It happens through a series of failures that happen through your life. Maybe you are always not getting things that you want. You're always number two. You're never the winner. You're always having to just fight for crumbs. You never just get the full bread, and that is what causes daydreaming, loneliness, um, lack, insecurity, all these things, they add and they contribute. When you daydream, you disconnect from everything, from everyone, meaning you would rather spend time daydreaming rather than spending time with actual people, people that you know, people who are your friends, your family. It does not matter. You would rather be in your head because in your head it's fun. You get things that you want. Who wouldn't want that? So you would rather spend time in this alternate fantasy, alternate world where everything happens according to you rather than spending time with actual human beings. You would rather spend time with characters that you created in your head. Maladaptive daydream is not just cute and whimsical in your head, but it interferes with your life. It interferes with your hobbies, with your career, with your studying. That is what it does. Maladaptive daydreaming would not have been a problem if it did not interfere with your life. Because if it did not, then it would be okay. It's fine. You're just creating a life that you want. It's amazing. It's great. But I think when I say that it's interfering with your life, it's meaning that you might think that it's not. You can study, you can do all the things that you have to. Because I thought that too. I was also in denial. But I realized the fact that I spent most of my life, or most of the effort that I had to put in my actual life, I put it in my daydreams. So meaning in my daydreams, I was doing the things that I had to do to build the life that I wanted. But in reality, I was not doing that at all. So I would rather spend hours thinking of the life that I want. And at first, it started as manifesting, but that was not the case. That was actually daydreaming. And I realized that I spend more of my time and effort into daydreaming rather than I spend it in actually putting effort into my actual life. And that is where I realized that I have to cut it off. I have to make a change. And you can make a change too. Okay, you can make a change. Anybody can get out of an addiction. Yes, it is an addiction. If you constantly feel the need to just daydream. At first, sometimes I would do this where I would rather repeat something that has already happened in my daydreaming rather than stopping, because sometimes there will be nothing to daydream about. Like I have no motivation, no music. But I would rather continue repeating the same old thing over and over and over again, because it's a movie. Like I said, it's a movie, but in your head. And so I had to just continue repeating something over and over. The first thing you have to do to stop daydreaming is to cut out triggers. Your triggers can be music, books, or movies. Those examples were my triggers, and I had to cut them to be able to stop daydreaming. And it was not easy. It was hard. I love music. I listen to music every single day. But for me to be able to stop this thing, I had to say no. I had to choose myself. I had to choose my life and the things that I want, rather than a fantasy world where it's not even real. You have to understand that like these things, they do not exist. They are all in your mind. Okay, you can dream all you want, but without action, you're never gonna get where you want to get. You're never gonna have those things if you do not actually act on them. So you have to cut out the triggers that force you to daydream. Like I said, it could be music, it could be books, it could be movies, whatever it is, you have to cut it out. And I'm pretty sure as I say this, you're asking, well, if I'm cutting out all these things that I do in my free time, what do I do then? That's a great question. For me, I started opting when it comes to music, I started opting for podcasts that inspire me, podcasts that elevate the person that I am and the person that I want to become, podcasts that make me want to do something with my life. For books, I started opting for more self-help books, books that teach me about life, teach me about finances, teach me about investing, all these things. I started opting for self-help books. And when it comes to movies, I started filming myself. I think it's so easy to be immersed in daydreaming because we feel that our life is boring. It has nothing. We do not really have that rush of life. We do not feel the dopamine that we want to feel because our life is not what we want it to be, and it's boring basically. And so you have to start filming yourself. Everything is romantic if you just open your eyes. You have to start filming yourself. Film yourself when you do your morning routine. Film yourself when you eat. Film yourself when you go on a walk. Film yourself when you get ready for school. Film yourself when you do absolutely anything. Okay? You do not have to post these things. You're just doing it for yourself. Trust me, it makes your life much more fun. It makes your life much more fun. You should not spend your life watching other people, whereas you're not doing none of those things. So you have to start acting like the main character, meaning film yourself. Film yourself. Have fun with yourself. Start having hobbies. Okay, start creating hobbies for yourself. Start doing things to get out of this rut of daydreaming, because daydreaming is because you are bored. The most contributing factor to daydreaming is loneliness. You have to find something to do. You have to find something to do. Like I said, film yourself. Filming, I think, is like the most fun thing because, like, at first it's like, oh, this is so stupid. I hate this angle. But over time, you start learning your angles. You start becoming more photogenic. You start enjoying it. Basically, it starts becoming a part of your life. Like I said, you do not have to post it for anybody. You're just doing it for yourself. It kind of is like romanticizing your own life. You're starting to do things for you, mostly for yourself, and it's amazing. So film yourself. Film yourself. Read books that elevate you, that grow you. Okay, there's nothing wrong with reading romance, but if it leads to you daydreaming, then I think it's time for you to start opting for more self-help books. Even when it comes to music, start listening to more podcasts. Podcasts really elevate you as a person. They really contribute to the person you are and the person you want to become. So please cut out all the triggers that you have. The second thing you need to do to stop daydreaming is to evoke fear within yourself. That sounds very stupid, I know. But what I mean when I say evoke fear within yourself is the fact that you see, sometimes when you're a parent and you have to discipline your child, you put fear within their minds. You like, I'm gonna beat you. My parents used to say that there's gonna be a man who's gonna come and take me if I if I do not obey them. And for me, that was so like, okay, I'll do what you want. I'm so scared. You have to do the same thing with you. You have to do the same thing with you. When you evoke fear within yourself, you start really being scared of doing something. For me, I started, I don't know what happened, but my algorithm on YouTube started showing me a lot of psychological disorders like schizophrenia. And when I was watching schizophrenia, watching people with schizophrenia, I realized that it's daydreaming but to an extreme level, hallucinations. And I'm like, what if I become like this one day because of constant daydreaming? And so for me, I was like, no more. I cannot. That was the fear that I evoked within myself of schizophrenia. Every time I want to daydream, I think of schizophrenia. I'm like, I would rather not. Let me go do something. Let me go do something. Let me just go do something. Like whatever. I have to go find something to do. Even if it means doom scrolling on social media, it's fine. As long as you do not immerse yourself in these daydreams, okay? You do not want to do that. So evoke few things up. Find something that you're afraid of. For me, like I said, my parents used to tell me about a man who's gonna come take me if I did not obey them. But for my little sister, that did not work. And so they had to scare her with saying the fact that if she does not obey them, they are going to put her in a cage full of rats. And for her, that worked. Okay, that worked. And as much as this sounds very mean, they worked. They were very active. Those things worked. Okay, you have to do the same thing to you. To be able to stop something as a person, you have to evoke fear within. Last but not least, fasting and prayer. Guys, who would I be without Jesus Christ? Okay, you cannot do anything without him. Okay, he is greater than every single thing on planet Earth. He is greater than daydreaming. He is greater than every thought that you have. So that is why for me, I started fasting and praying to be able to stop doing this. As much as these other two tips I've given you worked, this one worked much more better. I started fasting and I started praying for the fact that I don't want to live like this anymore. I want my life to change. I want to start doing things for myself. And guess what? I started putting all my energy, creativity, and time into YouTube, into making content. For me, it's fun. Instead of daydreaming, I start thinking about the next video that I'm gonna make. I start thinking about the videos that I have to post, editing, all these things. So I have kind of like stress and also the time exhilaration. I have dopamine coming out every single time when I think about YouTube or when I think about making content. And for me, that is fun. I found something for me that works, something that makes me want to put time and effort into the person that I am rather than daydreaming. That is the same thing for you. If you fast and pray, Jesus Christ will reveal to you the things that you have to do, the things that will benefit your life, and the things that kind of make you who you are, and that would help you stop daydreaming. Trust me, I fasted and prayed a lot to be able to stop it. I did not stop just yesterday, or like I did not stop. It took years for me to be able to stop. The very same way it took years for me. It took years for me while I was engaging in these fantasies. It also took years for me to be able to stop. There were times when I was like, okay, I'm gonna stop, but I would go back the very next day. And when sometimes I would hear people's stories on TikTok saying that how daydreaming ruined their life, and I was like, it ruined your life. It did not ruin my life. Let's stop generalizing. But in all honesty, I would not say that daydreaming ruined my life. What I would say the fact that daydreaming kind of made it seem as if I was doing something, but I actually was not. It's like you're thinking of writing your homework, but you're not actually doing it. You're just writing it in your head, but you're not actively doing it. And so I had to start putting time and effort into myself, putting time and effort into the things that I want to be able to stop daydreaming. Daydreaming is because of loneliness. You have to find hobbies, things that work for you, things that you love doing to be able to stop daydreaming. And for me, I have found things that have worked for me. Like I said, I do content creation. And for me, it's fun. It's fun. I love doing YouTube videos. I love planning them. I like doing them. It's amazing and it's fun. Honestly speaking, we have come to the end of this video. If you liked it, please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button to see more of me. But anyway, that was my take on daydreaming and the things I have done to stop daydreaming. I know this was a very short video. I wanted to get straight to the point because you're mostly here because you want to stop daydreaming, not because you want to me to explain to you what daydreaming is. You already know what it is because you are a daydreamer. But I just wanted to just tell you how I stopped because I was also a daydreamer, a very big one. Okay, I don't wanna lie. I wanted to just daydream my whole life away. I did not really care about creating actual friendships and connections with actual humans rather than with my mind or characters that I created in my own mind. So please, like I said, if you like this video, please do not forget to hit that like and subscribe button to see more of me. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.